right? That's to 100K. True or false? True or false? Eh? False. All right. Let's say 50K. How much will you pay for an AI tool? That I'm saying your money and other people's money. Let me clarify. The enjoyment of other people. How much do you spend on tools to help you develop? How many people are paying for any AI subscription here? Just raise your hand. Any AI subscription. So the numbers speak. You might have the desire. You might make the decision. But you know where the biggest challenge is? Committing your resources. The sacrifice involved. Thank you. Coming for this conference is not hard. It's free. It's happening in Uniben. Abi, from hostel, you can easily bath and come. Listening is not an issue. The next step is when you leave here today, when you wake up tomorrow, remember, what action will you as an individual take? You've heard about the national opportunities. You've heard about 3MTT. Will you not go to Edo Jobs office because it's too far? I don't get transport. Abi? Will you not go and volunteer at an event happening because they know they give person coke, they know they give person refreshments? In all that is said, see, I believe that when all is said and done, right, more should be done than said. Your action when you live here is all that matters. We have said all we have to say. God accept us. We have not ended. Everyone of us is chasing. Abi? This man just came from Delta. At least I'm aware of that. Went to make impact there. To bring everybody here is a process of collaboration. So one, make that decision. Right? Take responsibility. Sacrifice resource. Secondly, and I don't want to be too technical, but we live in a blue ocean strategy-driven economy. Go and read up on it if you have to. Blue ocean strategy. Red ocean. Where are you living? Even Instagram has collaborate. Better than one. Abi? One AI assistant with scale to that have suffered to do over how many years in this industry. I built a GP. You can build your own GP inside. Do you know that?
Mr. Ima, hold on. I'm going to touch you there. Yes. Because I want to do what is called a free ticket right now. Please, can you give a round of applause to our panelists? If you are enjoying this section, please make some noise. The louder your noise, the way I'm going to feel the energy. Should we put a stop? Should we? But they've answered you. And the way you respond to them, if you shout at a millennial, they'll probably go home and say, my Oga had a bad day. You shout at the Gen Z, you have left your work. Because they have opportunities scattered everywhere. Right? So you must understand their temperament. Understand how they learn. I learned with them. In fact, I started doing all nights so that I can be able to be talking in class. Because it now seemed like I didn't know what I was doing. You need to learn. You need to understand their psyche. You need to be patient with them. For instance, you have a gig and they are supposed to be there at 7 a.m. Right? And they don't show up at 7 a.m. Understand how the person works. If the person shows up at 9 a.m., does it still give you good results? Right? If the person shows up at 9 a.m. and will give me the result I will swallow my pride and my anger and wait for the person at 9 a.m. Now, I will exemplify being very early every single time. There's something called moral leadership. Over time, by the time I am early, that child will learn how to be early. By not shouting at the person, by just exemplifying what you want to see. It's tough to retrain people. You need to love people to be able to work with people that are not your generation, that don't understand things the way you understand, and that are smarter than you. That is the major problem I see. The fact that they are smarter, they are more productive, creates that vacuum. So just understand them and work with them. They are easy to work with. But some are problematic. Some are very problematic and poorly behaved. So if you are problematic and poorly behaved, go and work on yourself. Because you need to collaborate to succeed.
I am the one who knows all of this thing. I'm the best videographer. Let everybody go to hell. Guess what will happen? In the next 6 months, somebody will be better than you, trust me. And the way I am, do not put me up for a challenge. If you say that you are the best videographer, give me 2 months. I will train someone who will be better than you. I will train somebody, or I will get somebody who is way better than you. And that visibility will go.
Please, a round of applause for Madam Jovina. Let's make the questions as snappy as possible. In 1 minute, be articulated, just ask your question that revolves around the AI, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much for the various insightful speeches. I would love to ask a question.
Hold on, please, second, please. Thank you very much for the section. Thank you. I permit you to go over to our matrimonial seats. God bless you. So now, your questions, you're going to be straightforward. And to our panelists, Mr. Ima, Mr. Andrew, Madam Jovina, when they ask their questions, I'm not going to...
One of the skills that you must have, like compulsory, is the ability to learn. And when we say ability to learn, I'm not talking about the one that you are used to going to class, sit down for hours, listen to somebody talk, go home, you don't even revise. I'm saying taking the initiative to learn. Now, I'll give you an example. I run the networking salon with my team that is scattered across Nigeria, right? And one question we kept asking was, how do we power professionals who do not have the time to, because they are pursuing the bag and all of that. And so one of the things that happened is we decided to, okay, let's create resources that any professional in any way or any part of the world who is a member of the networking salon can plug into and apply those resources. Now, ordinarily I don't do web development. As a matter of fact, there was a friend of mine way back who said I should learn web development because he saw that I was good with computer. I did not learn. But I sat down at my dining for less than a week and I learned how to build a website. I did not pay for any tool at first. I did not pay for any tool. So because the first question you ask is, well, someone that don't have a budget, don't have the money to do it. I did not pay for any tool. I sat down with ChatGPT and asked, how can I build a website using AI? Break it down for me step by step. I will not tell you that it was easy. It took a lot of back and forth. On some days, I would sit at the dining, right there, I would have breakfast, have lunch, and have dinner, continue the next day. Right? So that ability to stay true, because you have a goal in mind, I want to learn this thing, stay true. Many of the questions we are asking today are, in a way, an excuse to not do the work. Because if you are doing the work, if you are sitting down and you are sitting with ChatGPT step by step, even step by step on how to cook rice, jollof rice, whatever, it is out there. Right? So stay true. Now, what tools do you use for what? ChatGPT can tell you, and you can compare feedback. Claude is the best thing after sliced bread right now. And I sat down, so I'm just telling you how to learn, right? Pretty much how to learn. If you know how to learn, what pretty much happens is you'll be able to outperform anybody. I asked a web developer, I said, how much do you charge for your website, a one-page website? He said 150K. I asked another one, how much do you charge for a 5-page website and all that? 350K. I said, so people charge like this? Today, I build websites. I have like 2 projects. A friend of mine in Namibia, that I'm working on her website, and another brand in Delta State, I'm working on their website. I've built more than 10 websites that is fully functional. My own company website, I built it myself. My website takes payment. So what I'm pretty much saying is you can learn anything, but you have to, you need the staying power to stay through. You problem solve. There are still days I go back to my website, I ask fundamental questions. How do I protect my data? AI teaches me. Right? So that's something that did I answer the question? I answered the question, right? Now, to Claude AI, there's a lot of things that Claude can do for you. You can use the free version. I'm currently on the pro version. And one of the things that I'm using that particular knowledge area, and I feed it. So when it's writing the newsletter, it's supposed to send it as an email, but it's in my draft. I just go on my draft and I see the newsletter is ready. All I just do is copy and paste. And it is a scheduled task already. So now that is not value yet until I find someone who has that problem and refer that as a solution to that person. So the concept of value that he talked about. There's so much you can do with AI these days, guys. People should research. Let me take this from see. I'm not saying how to install Microsoft Office. Why? Because they are teaching you theory and there is no infrastructure to practice what they are teaching you. And so you graduate from school and you are even twice as confused as the person that did not go to school. Because at least that person can sit down and learn the way we normally learn. How do you learn? You learn by observing. That's how you learn. And that's why somebody is telling you a story. The most interesting part is, the person like, that's the most interesting part. The things that you can see like this. The person and that person will tell you the same story. You are not interested in hearing it. You learn by observing. You learn by practicing. You learn by whatever you have learned. You practice it. That helped me. In my 400 level, I did not have to, see, I'll tell you for free. I did not have to do night class throughout my time in university. In my 400 level, I did not have to read rigorously like most persons. I did not graduate the first class. Don't be expecting that I will not say, but I graduated the first class. But I graduated 2-1. Right? Why? When they teach me in class, I'm applying it to my organization, which is going a bit further. And so I learn better than somebody who learned in class, but did not apply it. You have whatever you need to become whatever your heart desires. I'm telling you, as somebody who has been a university student who started an organization from just designing a flyer. I did not have Shingbang. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. That was insightful. Okay, so this is what we're... bros, that's your question. Okay, because we're running out of time. We asked for 5 persons. I'm saying 2 persons. Okay. Apparently, you all are going to write your questions, send it, then Oya Connector will give it to the speakers, and you get your response via your DM. But yes, so what's going to happen is we're going to take just 2. Please, because we are running out of time. We're just going to take 2 questions, and after the 2 questions, so... Okay, can you all ask the questions? Let's just take the questions round. Say your question. No worry, and our panelists will address that immediately. Thank you very much. Okay. So, Favor, please, I need you to come on stage, please.
Okay, looking at the current evolvement of artificial intelligence and the possible growth of AGI, now, when you consider employing more labor as a founder, right, what do you think is more expensive between labor and artificial intelligence? Which is more expensive in digital labor, when you want to employ digital labor, between humans and artificial intelligence? Which is more expensive?
Okay. My question to you is, how is that relevant to you right now?
Well, I
do run an
am thinking
organization.
of scalability when building.
Okay.
So there are times whereby your product scale and you need more labor into your
So
product.
do you have the business already?
Yeah.
So begin first by talking to someone who runs a business and talking to the person in areas of, okay, how do I start? How do I get into the market? How do I identify? Before you now talk about how do I employ people to work with you. So because the reason why I'm saying this is we are making this conversation as applicable as possible, because if I'm talking to you about how that AI and labor, it's not relevant to the audience here right now, right? So what I would advise you do, you are connected to Oya Connect, right? So that kind of conversation can happen on that level, right? So that we can attend to every other person. But fantastic question. Please let's put our hands together for him.
Business owners to actually stay visible and also stand out in the crowd, because a lot of persons have attended a lot of seminars and webinars, and a lot of times I'm being told that I should learn AI prompting, which I've done, but seeing different businesses today is more or less like we are doing practically the same thing. So what can I do, or what should I do to be able to stand out?
Should I answer you? Yes, ask yourself that question. Yes. Go and sit down in your house. You can talk to AI, it can give you ideas. But again, self-awareness is very crucial. I am running on my personal strength. The things I enjoy doing are what I'm running on. So AI will enhance my productivity.
Churning out content is as though it is you that is talking.
So just to simplify everything, I mean, for me, I usually like frameworks, right, and technicality. Go to your AI, right, today. Go to ChatGPT or Gemini. Discuss with it about the concept of Ikigai and Kaizen. Ikigai is what you are meant to do, which you just explained, your purpose. Discuss with AI what is my Ikigai. Then give it, you must explain to it who you are. Send it your Instagram link, send it your CV, let the AI know you. Introduce yourself to your AI today. Are you hearing me? And this is hack for all of you. Introduce yourself to your AI and then say, knowing this about me, find my Ikigai. Right? When it now tells you, it will ask you some questions and all of that.
Africa happens to be the largest population of youths. And basically, according to statistics, we have found that most Africans are on the base level of AI, whereby we are just using AI. And these AIs are trained, sorry to say, are trained by the West, are trained by the foreign nation. And they train it based on their ideologies towards Africa. How do Africans or Nigerians, basically students, begin to position ourselves as leaders who will also train our own, who will also build our own AI, who will also help build our own infrastructure because of the future of jobs. Because the future of jobs will not be what they train for us, it will be what we train for ourselves. That's the question, ma'am.
Okay, so let's just have Mr. Emmanuel answer that question.
All right, thank you very much. I like the conversation. I always tell people, think globally, right, and take action locally. So you've brought it down to the local context conversation, right, which is how do we build our own AI to build our own AI infrastructure. The cost, as you understand, is a lot. The environmental impact is a lot. Do you understand? Because the energy consumption, then the access to data is a lot, and there's a lot of gatekeeping around it. And one of the biggest problems we have in Africa is we don't gather data. We don't gather data. See,